Hello everyone, it is me Kevin. I am back with yet another video. Today I'm just going to be playing more Neopets, talking about some updates regarding just stuff that's been happening on the site and literally just playing the game. I actually, for once in my life, did not do dailies before recording, so I can actually do them on camera while talking through what I would normally be talking through, so good on me. My memory did not fail me, as old as I am. Alright, so if we get started, I'm just gonna pop it in Jelly Neil per usual. Looks like they just released a re-release capsule for the baby Neopets, as well as a gothic wearables. Oh, baby Barbat costume. Wait, I really like this one for the regular Neopets. The regular Neopets. Wait, but how does this look on the babies? Oh, wait, why does this have to be restricted to babies? This is so cute. What the? Wait a second. I feel like this doesn't need to be on just babies. I don't know. Oh. This is so cute. I'm not a big fan of the baby pets, but this is really cute. My favorite baby pet is the Ogren. I think they're so adorable. The Yerbals are pretty nice too. Ooh, come on. That's a good one. Okay, cool. So that's pretty interesting. And then in the re-release capsules, we have a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, so it seems like it's just basically general baby items. I know these are pretty popular amongst folks, so I'm sure these will sell really well and y'all should definitely get on these. Baby items can be kind of hard to trade for as well. So if you're not someone who has like a built out trade list on Dress to Impress, this is probably a good opportunity to stock up on these items so you have something to trade with moving forward. Oh, it looks like it retires on December 19th. That is the day before my birthday, so there you go. What else is happening? Oh, TNT has a community survey out at the moment, so go ahead and check that out. The Burlap Oozle, which is like so cute with the little heart patches on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my dailies then. Had a quick little cut there. Someone sent me an NC item and I actually just sent it to the wrong account. So I'm having them rejected first, but gonna go ahead and move forward with my dailies for now. All right, Buried Treasure gave me nothing. Oh, I did collect my interest today. I'm not in my poor era anymore. I've been struggling to find a zap pet recently. So I'm currently zapping this pet, Vatina. Wow, -5 movement points. She has like really basic lab stats, so I figured I could just kind of expand that. The pet that I've been zapping for the Pet Laboratory, is it laboratory or laboratory? Anyways, the pet that I'm getting a new pet for is this one. As you can see, it is 41 days old. For a pet that's 4,670 days old or 74 days old. I'm a huge fan of aged pets. So like it kills me when people take off pets that are like really old or like even the same age as the pet it's attached to. Another thing I really dislike is zapped pets or zapped pets, which is obviously what this is. You know, I'm just like at a crossroads of like, do I hate zapped pets more or do I hate new pets more? So I'm trying to find the middle ground, and especially because this is a pet that I'll probably keep, like I don't see myself trading ever. I'm like, okay, how about I just try to zap for like a Hoagie Cadoti or something like really unique to the Pet Labre. And if somehow the Pet Labre like ends up like deleting the pet, which can happen at a really low rate, I'll just accept it and take that as a sign that I should just attach a brand new pet. So it's kind of the path forward for now. Let's see what the quest is. Oh, awesome. It is a Dark Fairy quest. So that means I will get more HP. Oh, only 100 Neo points. Thank you, EJ. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all have been getting this, but I keep getting this error and it's so annoying. Thank you. Come on, come on, come on. Deputy's health has increased. I love it. All right, so Deputy is inching up in the HSDs, almost 3,100. I was pretty happy with 3,000 HSDs, so anything above that is even better. And then of course we need to go to the weekly rewards, AKA the quest log. I got the Snow Bunny stamp this reward cycle. So actually kind of an interesting story. So I recently bought a Sleep Ray from the auction after I sold my freezing potion. The Sleeping Ray was re-released through this quest log reward pool. I was like holding off for it to deflate or for the Sleep Ray to come up on my weekly rewards and it just wasn't coming up. I was just getting a bunch of junk while I was like re-rolling it. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just buy one. Literally the day after I bought it, I checked my weekly reward and it rolled. And I was like, gosh, dang it. That was really annoying. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And then a couple of days later, I was on the auction house and I saw a Snow Bunny stamp selling for like 1 mil, and I was like, yo, this is pretty cheap. So like without thinking, this was like 10 minutes after I woke up. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try to get this as fast as I can, see if I win this bidding war, and I ended up winning it. Right after getting it, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it showed up as my weekly reward? I go here and there it is as my weekly reward. So that happened like 3 days ago. Y'all wouldn't know this, but I actually was intending to record this video last night, but then I took a nap after eating dinner and passed out until the next morning, so I was not able to record it. But that also meant that like, because I skipped my dailies yesterday morning, thinking I would record at night, I lost my progress on my weekly reward. So I thought I lost my snow bunny stamp, but then I log in this morning and I look at this and I rolled it again, or it glitched out and didn't reset the item. I don't know what's happening, but regardless, it ended up working out. I guess I'm okay with having a second snow bunny stamp. I feel like it's still like one of the better rewards, if not the best one to still be getting. I guess I can't complain too much, but just kind of interesting. I really wish I could get a mystical tablet rolled in, but hey, such is life. All right, so that was that. And then we want to get a grooming item. So I'm just gonna whip out a brush from my safety deposit box. I think this one will work. And then Wheel of Excitement. I'm just gonna mute this ahead of time because this is always so loud. Get that going. Groom one of my pets. Thank you. Go. Ooh, don't give me a disease. Okay, nice. 278 Neo points. I'm rich. And then I think the last one was play a game. So what I've been doing was just go to the classic room, go to Fashion Fever, and just do that. It's so quick. Literally, like, open it up, load it in, get it loaded, start, end, send score. Boom, 300 Neo points. Oh, thank you, premium. It's worth it. All right. I think that was all of them. Oh, I didn't feed my pet. I just realized there's a cloud paintbrush here. I'm sure this is worth like 10 Neo points now after being in this pool, but let's go check it out regardless. Yeah, it's worth 10K now. So that's fun. Purchase item. Oh, I need to purchase 3 items. All right, while I do that, I'll claim these because you need to wait 5 seconds between items, and with the system lag, or whatever you want to call it, sometimes it is a lot longer than 5 seconds. No one talks about that, but I think it's time we talked about it. All right, that should be 3. Claim reward, close that, claim this, weekly reward. Did I get the progress stamp? Please don't re-roll it. I'd be very sad if it reset it. All right, we got 1 out of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. All right, so we're on the way there. We will get our weekly prize. It will happen. Let's go to the Battle Dome. So before I forget, I just wanted to give a gigantic shout out to the Amanda Files. If y'all already aren't familiar with her, which I'm sure many of you are, she is a fantastic YouTube content creator who's also been making videos for Neopets. So if you like Neopets content, make sure to check her channel out. She's just like so funny, and she also has like a lot of videos that are focused on like Animal Crossing as well as Pokemon. Just like a really great aura, really great presence, and really great vibes. Once Amanda's like started making Neopets videos, there like was a huge wave of new folks coming in and making Neopets content. It's exciting to have someone like with her level of influence kind of bring in a brand new audience that was not actively like looking for Neopets content. I feel like I've just seen people give her nods in so many different spaces and saying, being like, oh my gosh, Amanda brought me back into the game. And this is like the whole point. I feel like the point of us like making content around Neopets is to like show people, hey, remember this game you used to play like 15 years ago? Well, fun fact, it's still alive and it's still pretty fun if you give it a chance. And here's what you can do. And here are all the cool people that still play and you can meet and be friends with and all that fun stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like it's nice to see the community of content creators just growing over time. Hopefully my point is coming across. Thank you, Amanda, for the shout outs, and a shout out to all the other content creators that are making Neopets content. I know y'all are just as busy out there, and it's just well appreciated. And I know all the folks that watch me are also very appreciative to see more and more Neopets content popping up on their YouTube. So I'm just wrapping up my Battle Dome fights here. I already got a Bubbling Fungus and a Nerk mid. Yeah, I just hit my item limit. So what I ended up with as far as items, I got the Bubbling Fungus, as I mentioned, a Super Nerk mid, and I think that's it. Yeah. I'm stocking up the Bubbling Fungus. They're pretty good for getting strength. I think that you can get from anywhere from like 0 to 2, maybe 0 to 3 strength per Bubbling Fungus. So it's really good if you're building up a battle pet. Pretty expensive. It's definitely cheaper to just do it by code stones if you have the time and patience for that. If you have a lot of money sitting around and you just want to pump up strength, There you go. Ooh, I forgot I put in my food club bets. Did I win? Oh, I won 16 to 1. So I got 141K. Fun. As far as pet updates, I think this is the pet I'm the most excited about. I recently traded my pet Gua for Rico. The name is very nice to me, and ooh, it's 2 days after my birthday, I'm just realizing. So yeah, I don't know. That's my exciting news for the month. But yeah, otherwise, my life is pretty fine. Work's super busy as always. Feel like the next 3 or so weeks will be really wild at work, so that's why I was like really trying hard to record this video. But yeah, otherwise pretty good. I think I'll be visiting my family for Christmas, and my mom's in Korea, but she should be back in time for Christmas, but we'll see. I don't know. I asked her where she was, and she was like, I don't know. And I said, oh, when are you coming home? And she's like, eh. And I'm like, okay, let me know when you're coming home. Oh yeah, another thing I really wanted to talk to y'all about was the AMA that recently happened. I guess I'll just go through this Jelly Neo recap. So the first thing is this roadmap that Dom, the CEO, covered. It does look like it's primarily going to be merch related updates through the rest of this year as well as the beginning of next year. I think the biggest thing is that we did get the note that the NCUC pets will be pushed from December to January. It sounds like it's basically ready to go, but they just want to like tighten things up and not have it overlap with some of the stuff happening in December, like the advent calendar. Yeah, he did give some information regarding like how NCUCs will be announced, or rather like rolled out. It seems like NCUCs, rather than being like that wearable tangent that I went on in like 2 or 3 videos ago, it does seem like there's going to be something about El Rey, something about tokens that you can purchase in the NC Mall, and then a zapping ray turning them into NCUCs. I don't know if that's like gonna like have an RNG component to it, or if it'll just be like a one-time zap, and if you like pound the pet or transfer the pet or do anything with the pet, it'll lose its NC effect. I don't know, but that's just where my mind's going right now. However, I think the biggest thing for me is that like if you look at these pets, he did specifically say like this was a preview of the NCUCs that are to come, and as you can clearly see, there's the original Fairy Bori, the Fairy Scorchio, and the Fairy Loop, pets that were originally auto-converted, so we have not seen the UC versions of these in the game in a very long time. And I think what further like makes me excited and like feel more confident in that is that like if you look at the Scorchio in particular, it is like very clearly redrawn with like thicker borders and like a lot cleaner line art. Something that some of you may not know is that that did happen for a number of the UCs that were like not auto converted. So I feel like that more or less confirms that they're going to be bringing back all the pets that were automatically converted and give them the art again. And just to give y'all a preview of what it used to look like. So this is what it used to be like. As you can clearly see, like it's very different as far as like not only the coloring, but like the lines. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited about it. December or January, 1 month is like a drop in the bucket when you compare it to like how long we've been waiting for anything in this site. I am totally fine. Please make sure it's working, you know, take the time you need to make sure everything's functioning right and that it's rolling out smoothly, and do what you need to do, but I'm super excited. It does seem like Fairy is going to be the first one they roll out. I could see myself getting 1 or 2, but really I'm waiting for things like Royals and Robots. We'll see how things roll out and all that stuff. Dom also got asked a number of questions that were voted on by the community. When will the quest log prizes get rotated? I personally think they need to be rotated more often. At this point, none of the quest log prizes are worth very much. I completely appreciate that the accessibility to a lot of these high-end items has increased, and that has definitely made it easier for newer players and more casual folk to like be able to like get these items. I think that's absolutely been a problem. Like people should be able to achieve their goals making like a normal amount of Neo points in the span of like a year. Like it should not be so locked behind these like enormous prices that like a normal player cannot get a lot of these consumables in a year. With that said though, like I also don't know if it necessarily makes sense for things to be dropping like as significantly as they have. I do think there's like a very delicate balance. So I'll be curious to see what else they implement. Right now, I don't think they're being rotated enough. That's like, I feel very confident in saying that. So hopefully they can kind of implement something to counteract that at some point. Stuff about where we see Neopets in 5 years, just a bigger IP, which, you know, we would hope and expect. NT items to rename our pets or usernames. I don't know who was asking for this, It does look like they looked into it at some point, but it is not a easy fix or a near-term focus. That is not surprising in the slightest to me. I think I remember reading something somewhere about the way pets are coded in the system, and it just like is by name versus like number IDs or something like that. And it would end up being like a huge overhaul of like the foundational way pets are built on the site or something along those lines. So I don't blame them. I don't really think it's a priority, but it would be cool to have for sure. When will we get more pet slots? Can we have 40? Like, I'm personally a fan of more pet slots. I love having a lot of pets. I think it just really expands like the upper limit of like what you can do on the game on any given day. Having more pets means you can paint more pets, you can get more pets, you can get more pets. You have more reasons to make Neo points. You have pets, like you have more reasons to buy wearables or buy NC or have like goals and like characters and like roleplay or whatever facet of the game that you enjoy doing. There's more to do when you have more pets, just because, you know, the whole game is surrounded around pets. But at a certain point, and even with 20 pets, like it really does impact the UI of the site. Like there are definitely a few sections of the site that are just so difficult to navigate because of the fact that you may have a lot of pets. Great example being like the closet here. Clicking through these one by one, if you have 40 pets, it would be so intense. In order for them to be able to create a site that can sustain 40, 50, 60 pets, we first need to make sure that the UI itself can support those changes. Some questions regarding the battle against the bots. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff and conversations happening surrounding like a lot of bots being on the site, and I do think it's a really big problem, and I think it limits the player's abilities to participate in a lot of the functions of the site. Additionally, I think it makes it really hard for TNT to be able to implement changes on the site that enable casual players to be able to like catch up in a lot of ways, because it gets so heavily abused by bot accounts. It sounds like they have done some work to like get rid of some of these botters and cheaters, but I'm sure there's a lot of work to address ahead of them. New species, probably not anytime soon. And then we had a interview with Anthony Conley. I'm not super familiar with this person, but it seems like created a lot of the art assets for the site. So kudos to you for sure. And then this one was so interesting. So they did an interview with Alice, like the infamous Alice. I feel like Alice is like at this point like an omnipotent like entity. Like the name itself just like holds so much weight in our community. So much was revealed during this AMA. Like it turns out Alice is actually KikoCat, who is actually the TNT contest judge, who is actually TNT Darrigan Ferret. And Ferret in particular, like I know there's like a highway to help board on the Neo boards, and if for y'all that did not know, if you submit a ticket and you know that ticket number that you get back, if you go to the help boards, and there's always a official board from TNT Darrigan Ferret where you can post your ticket number, and if you post it here, it'll get escalated and basically prioritized into ticket queue. I don't think anyone put together that TNT Darrigan Ferret was Alice. So like people would be roasting Alice on these boards. They'd be like, don't give me Alice, give me someone else. Ferret would just be like, oh yeah, okay, sure, assigned. And in my head, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like y'all were roasting her to her face. When I was hearing some of the things that she was saying about how like she closes like 600 to 1,000 tickets per week, she also said something like she works 60 hours a week for 6 days of the week. That is so many hours and like so exhausting. And to do that consistently over the course of years, like I'm sure she's just like so, I'd be surprised if she was not burnt out. So shout out to you, Alice. I know that I've sent my fair share of potentially nasty tickets. I was very professional, don't worry y'all. I might have Karen'd it up a little bit. We all do appreciate a lot of the work that you have done to help support the community, and I know that a lot of folks have had like mixed experiences with her, but at the end of the day, it's just really important that we acknowledge that this is a real person behind the screen. It is helpful to like actually like humanize someone who is doing so much of this work, and I don't know how else to like describe it, but yeah. Then we had an interview with Zach, Mac OS 10 from Jelly Neo. I met Mac at San Diego Comic-Con, and I've also known Mac since maybe a couple years ago. Some great commentary with Zach, talked about just like general ideas on how to partner with Jelly Neo a bit better. Talked about Zach's contributions to a lot of the site on Jelly Neo, as well as in the IDB, the in-depth Battlepedia. If y'all have not used this resource, fully recommend it. It's probably the largest database of anything Battledome related. They have a lot of articles to help you get started on the Battledome, as well as in details on like every single Battledome item and what it can do. So definitely check this out if you ever plan on investing yourself into the Battledome a bit more. That kind of covers the gist of it. It was a pretty exciting AMA. They also have a code Oh yeah, it was only valid for 72 hours, so it is expired, but you got this 25 recipes for 25 years if you validated one of the codes they gave out. So something else I wanted to talk about really quickly, I don't know if y'all have been playing consistently over the last like couple weeks, but there was like a day, I think it was last week, where basically there was like a glitch going on where if you logged out and logged back into your account, you would actually get logged into a different person's account and actually like see their home pet screen. I was on and I re-logged and I saw like on this screen, I saw someone else's pets listed here. If you went to the bank, you would see like someone else's bank information there. Like if you literally just went to your bank account and like started refreshing there, it would like refresh into other people's bank accounts. TNT did like pretty quickly take the site back down and like repaired what was going on. It was like funny, but also a little scary because it was like, oh my gosh, like what kind of private information are these people, are like random people seeing? And were they able to take any action on it and like, you know, transfer people's pets out and whatever, you know, steal people's items. But turns out it was like strictly because I think TNT was actually like focusing on upgrading the servers. And as a result of that, there were like cached images that got left behind that like ended up like flowing into your own view. I don't think anyone could have actually actioned on anything on there. So your stuff is safe, but obviously it is a bit of a breach of privacy and kind of an interesting debacle there that was kind of frightening. I do think it's important for the right people to be held accountable for that stuff. I will say TNT caught it really fast and actioned on it like almost immediately. So I'll give them a break for now, but you get one. So I'm looking at my customization for my new lab rat and I don't know, I just feel like I could do something a little better, maybe. So I'm gonna start from scratch and see what I can do. I'm not a big fan of Eventide, but maybe I can put something together. It is Christmas time and I, for some reason, have Christmas clothing in my closet, so maybe I can make something work here. I do want to keep the general dark theme I have going on my pets right now. Like everything's like kind of spooky. I remember someone like Neil mailed me and they were like, oh my gosh, I love your like Halloween themed customizations, because it was like literally the week before Halloween and I was like, no, this is just my taste. I literally like the Black Bat Attack got released for Dyeworks and I was just like, all right, let me snatch up as many as I can. I got 4 of them and I'm already using all of them. Same with like Sparkling Fog. I think I'm using 3 of them right now. I can't help it. I love a good spooky energy. This is already a little too vibrant. Maybe a Mouth Be Gone. Apparently the Mouth Be Gones are like really hard to find right now and people have been messaging me constantly to make a trade for them and I'm like, yo, I barely use mine, but I still don't want to trade mine because I'm just like, what if I want them in the future? How am I gonna get one back? It's so hard. Let's look at my newest stuff first. Maybe this will look weird. No, that looks weird. Because it's like a tall pet and like takes up a lot of the screen, I think having too much detail in like the header, not the header, the higher foregrounds. Yes, higher foreground and lower foreground. I think that ends up being too much. I prefer things to be slightly on the minimal side. I don't even know why I have all these other like bright cutesy items when I don't even plan to use them. Ooh, this is kind of nice. Gold mine background. This was one of my rewards for the tutorial. Go me. I did my tutorial. Can I use this? Maybe. So I'm a big fan of this this mysterious cape with cowl item, but the problem is the neck piece here, it cuts off everything. There's like nothing it goes well with, and even this like this section of the cape, it always clips with something. So I've never been able to make it work. If y'all have customizations with it like working really well without clipping, send them over because I need something to work there. Do I add another Black Bat Attack? Is it too much? When is it too many Black Bat Attacks that I use on all my pets? I feel like I have not hit that yet, but I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm very close to the upper thresholds. Ooh, wait a second. It's kind of sparking some good emotions. And then like this to like match with like this Eventide. I'm kind of into it. Don't tell anyone though, it's a secret. Then maybe I throw a sword on there because why not? We're out here looking for a fight. I know I am. I'm mad. Is this one a lower foreground or a foreground? It is a lower foreground, which means I can add I can add a Sparkling Fog. Nice. We love to layer. All right, I'm gonna call that done. I might take off the sword. I don't think I like that now that I'm looking at it like this. Let's take her off. Boop. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better, I think. Wait, where did the mouth be gone go? Y'all, sometimes it just glitches out like that and I'm just like, what's the point of anything? Why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? I think I need to empty out some items from my closet because it's just been really laggy lately, and I think that's because of all the items I have. Ever since I found out that you can remove the closet item limit, I've just like abused the heck out of stuffing my closet with a bunch of items I will never use. Like this exquisite queen necklace, I'm never gonna use that, ever. But here it is, sitting in my closet, lagging me every time I make any kind of movement in here, and that's because I love to have my things around me. Okay, I feel like I've done what I can do. By the way, shout out to anyone that has been purchasing items from me. I'm down to like one last item to sell, but I like cleared out my inventory. I sold out everything of my items. I finally am not fully broke again, so thank you all. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna call it a video here. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's kind of all over the place as usual, but hey, these are the long gameplay videos y'all have been asking for, so you ask and you receive. Hope you are all doing well, staying safe, eating a lot of food and drinking a lot of water. And I will see you all for the next one. Bye.